All right, let's dive right into this. Look, so many of us share this exact same dream, right? Building a highly lucrative YouTube empire, sharing our ideas with the world, and watching that subscriber count just tick up and up. But then, reality hits. You might feel a little camera shy. Maybe you're insecure about how your voice sounds on a microphone. Or perhaps you just don't have thousands of dollars for a fancy lighting and camera setup. Well, if you fall into any of those categories, you are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we are completely bypassing all of those hurdles. We're looking at the ultimate 2026 playbook for building a massive, highly profitable channel without ever stepping in front of a lens or even using your real voice.
So here's our playbook for today. First up, getting started with no camera needed. Second, navigating the AI monetization trap. Third, exploring knowledge and finance niches. Fourth, diving into stories and entertainment. And finally, the single most important ingredient, the consistency key.
All right, part 1, starting without a camera and overcoming that setup and camera shyness.
Look, we've got to acknowledge the elephant in the room first. The anxiety of putting your face on the internet, it is totally real. And the cost of entry for a professional studio setup can be a massive deterrent for a lot of people. But what the source material for today's explainer proves is that these traditional barriers, they literally don't matter anymore. Seriously, the only things you actually need moving forward are a willingness to learn and some very basic editing skills. That's the whole shebang. You do not need this magnetic, outgoing on-camera personality. You just need to know how to piece together audio and visual assets to tell a decent story. The heavy lifting is done by your strategy here, not your physical presence.
Moving on to part 2, the AI monetization trap and YouTube's real rules on AI.
Okay, before we get to the fun part of actually choosing a niche, we absolutely have to talk about protecting your channel. Yes, faceless channels are crazy profitable, but avoiding the algorithm's penalty box is step 1. There's this huge misconception out there that AI channels get instantly banned from making money. Well, that's not exactly true, but there are some very strict boundaries you have to respect. As our source material lays out perfectly, YouTube is not enemies with AI. They are against low-effort videos. It makes sense, right? YouTube wants to keep viewers hooked on their platform. They don't inherently hate artificial intelligence tools. What they absolutely hate is lazy, automated spam that provides zero real value to the viewer. Inauthentic, copy-paste videos are what'll get you flagged for sure.
So you're probably wondering what actually counts as low effort. Well, here are the 4 deadly sins of faceless channels that will absolutely ruin your chances of getting monetized. Number 1, bulk creation. Think of those I made 60 shorts in 60 minutes videos. Massive red flag. 2, ready-made content. This is where you use the exact same repetitive script structure and just swap out the topic word every time. 3, no real value. Basically, blatantly ripping off someone else's content and just slapping a robot voiceover on it with zero original effort. And 4, unedited AI content. That means taking raw AI generations and just dumping them straight onto your channel without any human polish or editing. Don't do it.
Now, that brings up a really good question, right? You've probably seen hundreds of these exact types of lazy AI channels flooding your own feed. So, if these rule-breaking channels aren't getting monetized, why on earth do people keep uploading them day after day?
Well, the harsh reality boils down to just 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, these creators launched their channels before YouTube rolled out its stricter monetization policies, so they're basically just grandfathered in temporarily. Or, scenario 2, they somehow slipped through the cracks, got monetized by pure luck, and are now staring down a 100% inevitable demonetization in the near future. Honestly, it's a ticking time bomb. Please do not build your house on sand here.
All right, part 3, knowledge and finance niches, focusing on high-value educational content. Okay, now that we know how to keep our channels safe, let's get into the winning strategies. We're focusing right now on high-value educational content, which is legendary for its massive RPMs, that's the revenue you earn per 1,000 views. And a huge opportunity right now, AI history videos. Check this out. One channel cited in our source gained 293,000 subscribers from just 11 videos. Another pulled in over 9.4 million subs from just 33 videos. It is wild. By mixing compelling historical storytelling with AI-generated images, using tools like Gemini Pro, and pairing it with a stellar AI voice from 11 Labs, you can literally create a masterpiece. The revenue potential is jaw-dropping, ranging from $9,000 to $54,000 a month. And pay close attention to the RPM differences based on location too. While an Indian audience might yield an RPM of 50 to 100 rupees, targeting a US audience pushes that RPM up to 4 to 5 US dollars.
Next up in the highly profitable educational space, book summaries. I mean, ask yourself, in today's crazy fast-paced world, what do most people actually prefer? Slogging through a dense 300-page book for hours, or just kicking back and watching a snappy, engaging 2D animation that hits all the key takeaways. Obviously, audiences are overwhelmingly choosing the quick animated summaries. And the proof is in the data. Channels in this space are hitting 100,000 subs with just 20 videos. Literally, all you have to do is learn basic 2D animation and pair it with a solid voiceover.
Okay, I really want to pause on this number for a second. 10x. 10 times. That represents the massive revenue jump you can experience in the finance niche when you successfully target a US audience instead of an Indian audience. If you have even a tiny bit of finance knowledge, guys, this is where the real money is made.
So let's break down exactly what that looks like, using styles similar to that super popular Banana Monkey channel. The whole idea is to use really simple 2D animations, which, by the way, are source notes you can learn from YouTube tutorials in like a week, to simplify really dense finance topics. Because the animation makes these tough concepts so easy to digest, viewer retention goes right through the roof. One channel hit 500,000 subscribers with just 23 videos, pulling in between $4,000 and $11,000 every single month. And look at those RPMs. While the Indian audience pays out 10 to 800 rupees, the RPM potential for US audience scales incredibly high, going all the way up to a staggering $440.
Moving on to part 4, stories and entertainment niches. This is all about high viral potential content. Now, while educational niches have those juicy RPMs, entertainment niches totally make up for a slightly lower RPM with massive viral reach and sheer volume. Let's compare two highly viral niches side by side. First up, AI motivational videos. You basically grab simple clips of people working out or studying, and then you layer a gritty, powerful AI voiceover on top. It's one of the simplest, highest converting ideas out there, with channels hitting 100K subs in just 16 videos. Then you've got kids' moral stories. Kids are obsessed with stories, and the viral potential here is absolutely huge. One channel snagged 400,000 subscribers from just 58 videos. Note the RPMs here, though. You're looking at 30 to 150 rupees for an Indian audience compared to $5 to $15 US for the motivational space in the US.
Of course, to actually pull these story and entertainment channels off, you need the right tech stack. Here are the specific tools our source material recommends. You can use Gemini Pro to help brainstorm scripts and generate image prompts. For those incredibly realistic premium AI voiceovers, 11 Labs is the absolute gold standard. But hey, if you're looking for a free alternative for voiceovers, SpeechMark is highly recommended. And for churning out free AI images to perfectly match your stories, Recraft AI is a really fantastic tool to keep in your back pocket.
All right, the final niche we're looking at today is absolutely booming right now, movie explainers. The process is remarkably straightforward. You just grab non-copyrighted movie clips, write up a compelling script explaining the plot or pointing out hidden details, and then sync it up with an AI voiceover or even your own voice. One channel cited hit 500,000 subscribers with just 106 videos doing exactly this in Hindi. And get this, if you target a US audience with this format, not only do your views skyrocket, but your RPM lands solidly between $6 and $18, which totally outpaces the 40 to 200 rupee RPM of an Indian audience.
Finally, part 5, the consistency key, the secret ingredient to massive growth.
Look, we've covered the strict monetization rules, the editing strategies, and 6 incredibly profitable niches. But honestly, all of that tech and data means absolutely nothing without the one human element that AI literally cannot replicate: your personal dedication. So here is your exact blueprint moving forward. First, do not try to do all 6 of these niches at once. Pick just one niche that aligns with your interests. Next, avoid those 4 deadly AI traps we talked about earlier so your channel stays fully monetizable. And most importantly, commit to uploading consistently for 1 solid month. That is the true path to seeing real, tangible results.
So, I'm going to leave you with this. You now possess the 2026 playbook. You know the exact monetization rules to keep YouTube happy. You know the 6 highest paying, most viral niches. And you've got the exact AI tools to make it all happen without ever showing your face. The only question left is this: do you actually have the consistency to sit down, put in the work, and build your faceless empire?